Hip movement is one of the main components or elements in bachata, and in this video I'm going to share with you two main ways you can move your hips when you dance bachata. So when you're ready, let's get started. The first hip movement that we're going to be focusing on is the diagonal hip movement, when we send our hips diagonally to one side and then the other to the back. I'll turn around so that it's easier for you to follow me. This is what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Before we start, let's do a little exercise. You can have your feet together, place your hands on your hips, and now bend your right knee and then the left. Right knee and then the left. And notice what your hips are doing. You can probably see that when you bend your right knee, your left hip is going diagonally to the left, to the back, and when you switch and bend your left knee, your right hip is going diagonally to the right, to the back. Let's do it a few more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why knee movement is very important. It goes hand in hand with the hip movement. If you kept your knees straight, it will be very difficult for you to move your hips and to isolate them. That's why it's very important to use our knees as well. Okay? Now let's add the feet. We can stay in place for now, and we're gonna step with our right in place and then our left in place. Okay? Right, left, right, left, right, left. And start using your knees. So every time we step with our right, we are bending our right knee. And when we step with our left, we're bending our left knee. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now let's add the hips. So when we step with our right, our left hip is going diagonally to the left, and when we step with our left, our right hip is going diagonally to the right. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great job. Now let's put it together with the basic step. So first, let's do a basic step to the side a few times. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On 1, we step with our right to the side. And that's when we bend our right knee and send our left hip diagonally to the back. On 2, when we step with our left together, we are bending our left knee and our right hip is going diagonally to the right, to the back. On 3, when we step with our right to the side again, same thing, we're bending our right knee and our left hip is going diagonally to the left, to the back. And on 4, when we tap, we're gonna stay in neutral for now. On 4, there is a hip action that we do in bachata, but I don't want to overwhelm you, so for now we're going to stay in a neutral position. Let's try it one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do the same thing to the left. On 5, when we step with our left to the side, we're bending our left knee and our right hip is going diagonally to the right, to the back. On 6, when we step with our right, we switch. Okay, so now our right knee is bent and our left hip is pointing diagonally to the left. On 7, we switch. Okay, so we are stepping with our left again. Our left knee is bent and our right knee is pointing diagonally to the back, to the right. And on 4, on 8, when we tap, we're staying in a neutral position again. Let's try it one more time to the left. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's put it together from the top, starting with our right. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, when I dance bachata, I always have my knees slightly bent, okay? I almost never have them completely straight because it would be too hard for me to isolate my hips and use them when I dance. So even here, when we do a basic step and we step with our right to the side, our right knee is bent, as I told you, but our left knee is slightly bent as well, okay? It's not as bent as our right knee, but it's still bent. Same thing here. When we switch, our left knee is bent, but our right one is slightly bent as well, okay? And it's going to make it easier for you to move your hips. Now let's try the basic step with the hips with music. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great job. Now moving on to the second move, which is a figure 8 hip movement. This one is probably a little bit easier than the first one, but it's good to practice both because you may find that in certain steps it feels more natural to use the diagonal hip movement, and in other steps the figure 8 hip movement. This is what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna turn around again. Let's start with our feet hip width apart, knees are slightly bent, and now we're going to turn our hips slightly to the left and then send our right hip diagonally forward and then send it back in a circle motion and stop it here when it's pointing diagonally to the right, to the back, okay? From here, we'll do the same thing to the other side. So now we are bringing our left hip diagonally forward and then sending it back in a circle motion and stopping it here when it's pointing diagonally to the left. Let's do the same thing again. So now we are bringing our right hip diagonally forward, and then sending it back in a circle motion. And again, bringing our left hip diagonally forward, and then sending it back in a circle motion. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want to make sure that we are isolating our hips as much as possible. So we want to keep our upper body in a neutral position, okay? We don't want to move our upper body along with our hips like this. That's why it's important to keep our knees slightly bent. It's going to make it easier. It's going to make it easier for us to isolate our hips, okay? Like this. And now we can put it together with the feet, so with the basic step. When we step with our right to this side on 1, we're going to send our right hip in a circle motion, okay? So now we are sending our right hip diagonally forward and then sending it back in a circle motion. That's 1. On 2, we're doing the same thing with our left. So as we are stepping with our left, we are sending our left hip diagonally forward and sending it back in a circle motion. Now on 3, we're doing something similar, but we're going to draw a shorter circle, I would say, like a quarter of a circle, okay? So we're sending our right hip diagonally forward, then sending it back in a circle motion, but we're stepping it here directly on the right, okay? This time we're not sending it all the way to the back. We are stepping it directly on the right. And from here on 4, we just tap with our left. And also it's going to make it easier for us to lift our or raise our hip on 4, but that's another topic for another video because I don't want to overwhelm you in this one. Let's try one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right hip, left hip, right hip, and on 4 we are staying in a neutral position for now. Let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right hip, left hip, right hip, and we are staying in a neutral position. One more time. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do the same thing to the other side. On 5, when we step with our left to the side, we are sending our left hip diagonally forward and then sending it back in a circle motion. On 6, when we step with our right, we're doing the same thing with our right hip. 6. On 7, when we step with our left to the side again, we're going to draw a quarter of a circle, okay? So we are sending our left hip diagonally forward and then sending it back, but we're going to stop it directly on the left, okay? We are not sending it all the way to the back. We're stopping it directly on the left. And on 8, we just step with our right. Let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Left hip, right hip, left hip, tap. And again, 7, 8. Left hip, right hip, left hip, tap. One more time. 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's put it together from the top. Make sure that your knees are slightly bent. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's try with music. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there you have it, 2 main ways you can move your hips when you dance bachata. Now, if you want to learn what to do with your hips on count 4 and 8, which we didn't cover in this class, you can watch this video over here.